Hey, what's up? What's up? Oh my gosh, y'all can see the mess that is my bed.
You believe in me, life isn't what it seems. North Pole cold, my little heart it be freezing. I got the big Drake, though I don't be all in my feelings. I got the big bankroll, I don't be having no children. Try to take my soul, you ain't having it, nigga.
Baby, girl, hold yeah, solo, hope yeah, solo, hope yeah. They don't know you just
Slowly kisses passing by the river. I've been missing.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. What's up? Please excuse the way I sound. I know this is like the second video that I've done sounding like this. I don't have the, you know what? This weekend was an amazing weekend. I was in this amazing project and we had a red carpet premiere for it this past weekend in San Antonio, and it was amazing. Like, it surpassed my expectations. We had so much fun, and in the process I lost my voice. This was the first time I was pretty much meeting everyone from the project, including the actors and guys, the talent. Okay, don't even get me started with the talent, man. I met so many amazing people, so many talented people. I was honestly so honored to be sharing the screen with them and finally getting to meet them, because you know we've been meeting like I don't know, but for like the past I don't know few months, like we've been meeting via Zoom. So this is like the first time we're getting to meet each other. And after the premiere, like, we had so much fun. Like, we kicked it at the bar, like we were just laughing and just turning up, and then in the process, like, we pretty much all lost our voice. Like, it's not just me. Yeah, please excuse the way I sound. Hopefully it's not annoying throughout the whole video. But yeah, shout out to AOS, shout out to Lance, shout out to Kelly, Cody Grimm, shout out to Max Grimm. They made this whole process so amazing. For today's Ren Talk, I'm going to talk about why ghosting is actually low-key kind of good, of why, I guess, why and how I stopped being a people pleaser. And this has kind of just been something that's been on my mind for a while, and it's really played a role in who I'm becoming as of now, and things that I've kind of realized. Wow, my nails are so busted. I lost 2 of them over the weekend. Anyway, ignore that. And I'm just at a point right now where I'm growing a lot and I'm learning a lot about myself. I've just come to a point where it's like, you can fuck with me if you want to. Like, if you want to fuck with me, fuck with me. If you don't, don't. Because I just feel like where I'm going, the way that I'm growing, at this point, I don't really have time to worry about who wants to fuck with me and who doesn't, because at the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter, and where you're going is more important, right? And honestly, one of the things that I've learned and that I've seen, especially like over these few weeks, is that it's okay to not support those who don't support you. It's okay, because I know, especially as a people pleaser, it's like you want to support everyone and you want everyone to win, and you're always like, you know, the first person to reach out to somebody and say, hey, you know, blah blah blah, and, you know, try to make them feel better. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because that's who I was. But I started to realize the people that I was giving support to don't really return the favor. Don't get me wrong, it's good to be that person and to show love to people, because me, like, even if we don't fuck with each other, like, I genuinely want you to win, and I genuinely want you, you know, because I don't wish you any ill will. Like, I want you to be successful as well, just over there. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm trying to be successful too, and that's something that I'm gonna get into later on in this video. Focusing on yourself and helping yourself to be successful and not worrying about other people and what they got going on. So we gonna get into that too, because that's something else that I want to talk about as well. You know what else is so funny to me is, like, you'll show somebody a little bit of love, right? Like, you'll show a little love here and there, and then they just get big-headed all of a sudden, and it's like, you're not even all that to be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nice, genuine person, and like I said, like, I want you to win too, but it's like they get big-headed all of a sudden, and then they expect it, and it's not so much as, oh, we're supporting each other and we're trying to be, you know, like, nice to each other. Like, I recall sometimes where I would be on the phone with somebody for hours on end, you know, like hours on end, even when I got shit going on, you know, and I would always give myself the short end of the stick because I was always concerned about other people. I was concerned about my friends. I was concerned about, you know, what was going on with them and if there was something that I could do to help them. But I was leaving myself hanging in the process. Not only that, but I can recount several times where I was there for people, several times where I was showing love and I was showing this and I was showing that. But when it came time for me, it was silent on the other side. Quiet, ain't no back talk.
It's quiet, ain't no back talk. Quiet, ain't no back talk.
I would feel bad because everyone's always like, oh, you know, I don't have anyone. Nobody wants to hang out with me and this and that. So I would just always be the first person with my hand up like, you know, I got you, you know, let's do this, let's do that. But I was neglecting myself in the process. And if I didn't do it, or if I didn't do what someone asked me to do, I would feel bad. I would blame myself and then I would try to overcompensate, which was hurting me in the process. And that's another thing, is you don't realize how much you're overcompensating for something so little, especially when they don't do the same for you. You find yourself always being left hanging, going through something, or I'm sad, and I'll maybe go somewhere and cry about it and let it out and then be like, Karen, pick yourself back up again. Like, pick yourself up again, go out there, do what you got to do. That was just always me. So sometimes I've noticed with myself is that it's hard to let other people in. It almost feels weird when someone is like, yo, like, you know, trying to, I don't want to say like trying to uplift me, but it's almost like weird because I'm so used to doing it for myself anyway, even when I still don't feel better, but I'm trying to get there. But it's like, it's almost like foreign, like, oh my gosh, are you serious? You know what I mean? And it sucks that it has to be that way, but so I started being selective. I started being selective with the people that I was with, or for how long I was with them, or what is going on in my life. Like, I started being selective with who I gave my energy to, who I about my goals or my endeavors, and also, you know, just made the choice to be low key and not say anything at all. I had a friend, right? I mean, you know, she's still my friend. Like, we're still cool, I guess you could say. But there's a lot of situations I can think of where that I think about it now and I'm like,
what the fuck is going on in here on this day?
that's kind of suspect. So I remember there was a time where we were talking or whatever, and she was kind of going through some like relationship stuff and boy troubles. She was like venting to me about it or whatever, and I sat there and I listened to her for almost like 2-3 hours, right? I was encouraging her and just telling her, you know, don't settle, you feel me? Like, someone is going to love you the way that you deserve to be loved, and don't settle for disrespect. Don't settle for anything less than what you really deserve. You know, just being a good friend and not just like, I'm a listener, right? Like, I will listen to what you have to say. Even if you don't really want to talk, you just want somebody to listen. That's me, you know? A lot of things that she was going through, like, I went through too as well. And so, like, I was kind of sharing my own experiences or whatever and what I was going through. And she said something along the lines of, like, she doesn't like when people, see, I can't say too much because then she's gonna know what I'm talking about. She doesn't like it because sometimes she feels some type of way or she gets jealous. The way she said it was directed at me. And I peeped that. Like, she was trying to make it seem like she was saying in general. I peeped the sub that was directed at me. And I was like, damn, like, you're supposed to be my friend, you know? And it was, I really wish I could tell y'all specifically what it was, but I can't, because, like, you know. And I was like, wow, jealous? And, like, I've never been jealous of her. You know what I mean? Like, she's a beautiful person. Like, she's beautiful, like, physically and just mentally and everything. And I was just like, wow, of me, like, it doesn't make any sense because I give her so much love. So then in the back of my mind, I'm like, are you being real or fake with me right now? You know what I mean? But, ooh, I'm back. Sorry, Amazon was at the door. Didn't make sense to me. It was so crazy because I'm like, you like, yo, like, you're my friend. So when were you being fake and when were you being real? Know that part of being that type of friend, or, you know, being a people pleaser is like, is you're always that person that people come to when they're going through things. You're always that person that people want to be around, you know, because they know that, because I'm someone who offers words of encouragement a lot, you know, because that's what we need when we're going through things. And it was just so crazy to hear that from her. And that brings me to another thing: low vibrational people. People like to laugh at me and say I'm a hippie and all this stuff, and because I'm always talking about like energy. Like, I honestly felt like I was given this special gift to detect that. And you know, I'm gonna make another specific video dedicated to this, because honestly there are some things that have happened in my life that, you know, me being such a good judge of character, me being very high in emotional intelligence, and just see people for who they are, even like, you know, during like a first encounter. And I feel like it's been enhanced in a way. So I will make another video talking a little bit about that, probably like a how do you know video, if whatever, y'all get what I'm trying to say. A lot of people have told me that I'm very wise beyond my years and that I have an old soul. It's so crazy because I didn't really truly understand what that meant. As I got older, and as I'm still getting older, I understand more. And I've always kind of just felt different. Like, I always felt like I was different. I always felt like I didn't fit in. I was unique in a way, and not in a good way. Like, I would down myself for it and be like, what is wrong with you? Like, some of my interests, some of, you know, the things that I do, even when I speak. And that was a big problem for me, especially when I was younger, because I couldn't really relate to certain people in a certain way. Like, did it again. I couldn't really relate to my peers in a way. And it took me a long time to realize that that's low vibration shit. Like, that's low vibrational things. And people will always tell me, like, Karen, when you speak, like, sometimes I don't even really understand. Like, I feel like I don't really understand you. And people will always be amazed by the way I speak. I didn't realize, like, you wanted attention. You wanted love from low vibrational people. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand, is that human beings, we have what's called a need to belong. That's one of the first things that you learn in psych. And I know I've said that on this channel before, but now I'm realizing, you know, you wanted attention from these people, low vibrational, shallow people. And I let that get to me. And that affected like my confidence so bad. Number one, because I listened to people, and I listened to everyone, whether it was good, bad, the things that I so desperately wanted to change, whether it was the way that I spoke, whether it was the way that I dressed, the way I looked, the way I thought, everything. And it was because I listened to people. Two, I let people distract me from the path that I was supposed to be on, wanting to feel like I fit somewhere, when in reality I didn't. Just being careful with who you share your information with, who you share what's going on in your life with, and just learning how to be low-key. And you know, one thing that I noticed ever since I started being low-key was that people are mad. Like, when they don't know what's going on in your life, not everybody, but like certain people, they get mad when you don't share your business. You come out with something, or, you know, something that you've been working on over the years, and you post it on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and they're just pissed. Like, how did I not know? When they aren't able to figure you out or know your next move, it makes them mad. And that's another thing that my mom used to say, is to be careful, because people can pray for you and they can pray against you. No one's entitled to know your business. Entitlement, that's another thing. Entitlement is what I don't like. That's that shit I don't like. Like, people feel so entitled to your life. They feel so entitled to know every single thing that's going on. Not everyone that wants to know what's going on with you wants to know what's going on to catch up with you. They want to know what's going on so that they can figure out how to plot, whether that means to try and see how they can distract you and derail you off your plans. Don't get me wrong, there are some people that genuinely do want to know what's been going on with you, you know, what's up. But there are some people that they don't want to catch up with you. They don't want to catch up with you. They want to know what's going on so they can try to derail you from the amazing person that you really are. That's why I'm saying, all those low vibrational people, all of them, ghost them. Ghost them. They done. If I ghosted you, I ghosted you for a reason. You don't need to sit there and explain to people why you ghosted them. Why? Because people like that, low vibrational people, shallow people, those type of people, you're not getting anywhere with them. It is what it is. You took my kindness for weakness. I showed you mad love. You started moving funny. Oh, look, man, at the end of the day, ghosting is not all that bad. I know it gets a bad rep because Wow, my voice is finished. I know ghosting gets a bad rep because we often hear about it in dating or whatever. Within reason, especially with dating, like, because it's not good. But like, you know, if you're ghosting someone and there's a reason behind it, that's different. That's all that I have for this REN talk. That's all that I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, you guys, please stay safe out there, going to all these concerts, going to all these parties. I'm outro. Bye.
Struggles and pain only make we tougher. So comes the money get no far. Me love my life, still I make money and my friends alright. Make progress while them backslide. Them can't stop my flame from ignite. One life, many chances. You'd live up, you'd rise to the top. Don't make it through badness. Right now we have to cool off of that. Get a youth